If your day-to-day real estate brokerage operations only exist in your head, you really don't own a business, you own a job. And the problem is, when you step away, everything can easily fall apart, right? That's why every successful brokerage must have one key document, the Operations Manual. This isn't just busy work, it is your playbook for how your real estate company runs when you're not in the room. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact Brokerage Operations Manual outline in detail that we use with our clients at WBNL Coaching. Hang in there with me because I'm going to show you later how to grab this free download and how we're making the process so much easier because we're about to launch a new product coming soon. Let's start with why this is really so important. Without written SOPs, standard operating procedures, most brokers live in constant reaction. Agents and staff come to you for every answer, every decision, every problem. But when you create a written operations manual, a few things happen. You create clarity. Everyone knows their role and what's expected of them. You create consistency. Processes don't change depending on who's asking. You create scalability. Your business can grow, expand, or you can even sell it later because your systems are all documented. And you reinforce culture, onboarding, training, communication. They're all aligned. They're all standardized. Now let's take a more detailed look at what goes into a brokerage operations manual. All right, so we're taking a look at the download that you can get, the free download with the entire outline, okay, the bullet points and the sections that really needs to be in anybody's brokerage operations manual. Now, you may not have some of the things that apply in here. This is based on an actual manual that we had and used for our company that we had several years ago. So we're going to start with the company structure and the org chart. This is right off the bat where you're going to put everything in here from all of the different positions in your company, all the paid staff positions starting with you and what the roles and responsibilities are. You can also include things like your guiding principles and things like that, what your company is all about up here with your organizational chart, right? Then everything that's office operations. Remember, this is internal operations. These are the day-to-day things that you need to do for every aspect of running your company. So when you see these bullets, just the information about your company is what needs to go in there. But when you get to things like ordering supplies or sign inventory or conference room schedule, for example, what needs to go in there is what is the process. And you need to include details like the links to maybe someplace that you have to log into. You could get creative with this. In our operations manual, we had screenshots. Our admin helped us with this and built it out with screenshots of step-by-step instructions of what you need to do. You can even go and do little videos if you need to. And again, you literally are able to leverage using AI and so forth to help you with all this, but you've got to put down the procedures for what applies to you. So you get the idea, everything to do with keys, alarm systems, if you have physical office space, how are cubicles and desks assigned? Maybe you don't have that. Do you have floor or uptime? Anything that talks about running your physical office location. Next area is company websites, software, social media sites. This is important. What are the tasks your admin need to help you with for maintaining your websites? Is it done externally? Do you outsource it? That's great, but make sure you have the instructions of who's handling all that for you. Do you manage an agent roster when you onboard somebody? Who's handling all the social media? Who has admin access? And then any other software, any other system that you're using to run your brokerage is where we're putting this here. Then you've got agent tools that you provide by the company to your agents. These can be web pages, CRMs, mobile apps, marketing, other tools, etc. The details need to come in here. All right, next most important thing is how you onboard an agent. So this is all of the process from the documents to the state licensing, everything that's needed to effectively and efficiently onboard an agent so the agent feels like it's a VIP experience. From here, you can have internal checklist. This is such an important area, and a checklist that you give to the agents so that they can take charge of the part they're responsible for onboarding. And then even including a welcome letter, whatever you're going to do. So if you have hiring procedures, you have to have termination, dehiring procedures, basically everything in reverse. Then you're going to have your brokerage back office operations. This is detailed software that's more on like your, what are you using to run your back office? And what do you use for your financials? Is QuickBooks tied in? This is where all that goes. How do you do agent billing if you're charging your agents for anything? How do you do transaction compliance? Processing checks, 1099s, all your internal brokerage financial and production reporting usually is built into your software that you're using to run your brokerage, which might also have all of your compliance and transaction management. Agent licensing, don't forget, you've got to manage when people's licenses expire and are they paying their dues and so forth for local and state associations. And then any other required licensings that you might have in your state. For example, here in Nevada, we've got to get city or county business licenses. Everything around company meetings. Okay, so again, detailed processes that anybody, the idea of this manual is anybody could pick it up, your operations manual, and follow the processes. And if they've never done it before, they would be able to do it. Okay, so this is obviously useful as a training manual. Besides everything else I've already talked about, this becomes your training manual when you hire a new person or somebody leaves and you need to replace them and so on. So everything around any meetings that you might do for agents, your agent training, how do you do it? Do you have a training platform? How do you do schedules? What are the internal processes that need to be done? Publishing a schedule, promoting it to the agents, use it in recruiting and so forth, which brings us to recruitment, another huge area. Detail everything that you're doing to internally run and have standardization, especially if you have multiple offices or you want to expand. Who do we recruit? Who are our perfect people? What are our strategies? Are we using CRM? How do we get lists? What's the company's value proposition? Basically, your recruiting presentation. What's the processes for interviewing, post-interview follow-up, all of that. Then agent retention and recognition. What are you doing here? Are you coaching and managing your agents? Do you have business planning? Do you do a weekly, monthly newsletter? Do you publish awards, office and company meetings, as we just mentioned? Do you recognize birthdays, company anniversaries? Do you have an annual awards? Whatever you do, again, has to be documented. I know I sound like a broken record, but you see how powerful this is. If you do teams, if you allow teams in your brokerage, you definitely have to have processes and policies around teams, including forms, making sure that you're managing that. Team leaders are documenting and making an amendment or an addendum to your independent contractor agreement. What happens if they're going to dissolve their team? All that has to be happening. And then last area is relocation and company leads. Do you have a relocation? Do you do company leads? What are the processes? Everything from who can join the team, what are the requirements, what's the training, what's the application, and agreements, procedures, splits, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so hopefully that is helping you understand what needs to go into your manual. And it's a free download. You can get it right here or at WBNLcoaching.com. All right, if you're still with me in this video, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like way too much work, Jan. And I know it can be if you try to build it from scratch, but you don't have to, especially if you use our outline, and definitely when you embrace and leverage the true game changer, and that's AI. Whatever your version of AI, your choice. You can collaborate with ChatGPT to draft sections quickly. For example, you can say, Chat, act as an experienced brokerage operations manager and help me write the new agent hire section of my manual. Here's what we do now. Now remember, AI doesn't know what your day-to-day processes are for any given section of your manual or task. So all you've got to do is create that bullet point list of what you do. Just do a brain dump. Get it out of your head. You write that down, and then you let ChatGPT do the heavy lifting. In seconds, you'll have a polished draft that you can edit and customize for your company. Go back and forth with AI till you get it right. Here's the reality. AI is going to take the overwhelm out of this entire process. You don't need to create every word. You just need to guide and refine as you move along. So here's the bottom line. If you're serious about running a brokerage that's profitable, scalable, and really valuable, you need a written operations manual. And here's the exciting part. At WBNL Coaching, we're developing a brand new product. It's going to be called the Brokerage Operations Manual Blueprint. Our goal is to release it by November of this year. And it's going to include a complete sample mock manual for a real estate company, step-by-step customization instructions for you, and specific and powerful AI prompts to make writing your manual faster and easier. So download the free outline today that I just covered with you. The link is right below in the description. It's over at WBNLcoaching.com, where you can also join the wait list to be the first to know when that full blueprint product is released. Because when your SOPs are dialed in, your potential becomes unstoppable. We'll see you in the next video.